Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Lucy.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Andrew, what's this?
This is Brains on the Outside.
What's that?
It's a podcast about celebrating creativity through ridiculous business ideas.
Each week, we think up mad and stupid and idiotic, to be honest, things that have no place in the real world, but that could solve a lot of our daily problems. Like, what if for your job, we could just make you half a centaur with any animal, like a giraffe, so you could look in the gutters?
Super useful ideas. Really innovative.
Incredible.
Yeah. This episode, though, we have a special guest. We're going to be tackling some real-world physics, science problems. So to do that, we're two idiots. We need a special guest. We have an actual physics genius with us. Would you like to introduce yourself, Lucy?
Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm a PhD researcher in theoretical particle physics.
That's pretty fancy.
How, in a percentage terms, what percentage are you through a PhD?
98%.
That's pretty big.
98% doctor.
98%
I'm just going with doctor. That's a rounding error as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, rounding it up. Dr. Lucy. Doc Lucy. Just call you Doc?
Doc.
Yeah?
I'm going to be Doc for the whole episode.
What do you think about that, Doc? That's what I'm saying. As long as you don't say it, it's okay as far as I'm concerned.
I think that's how the rules work.
Yeah, as long as someone else calls you it.
So we have a lot of really out there innovative ideas that I'm sure those scientists are going to pick up on. But should we get started?
Let's do it.
So, Lucy, and the way this is going to work today, we have read some of the New Scientist.
Because we are very smart.
Yes, we are definitely new scientists. And we are going to... some articles are really interesting to us because we think there's a lot of space there for business potentials and business ideas. But I guess, we are a little worried we'll start presenting ideas that maybe aren't feasible.
Unlike all of your previous ideas.
Oof. I mean, ouch. We get, as far as I'm aware, we get almost zero complaints about the idea viability. But what we're going to do, I'll read some of the article. I think you've maybe know a little bit more about them already, and we can just start from there. So I have an article in front of me called Can Particles Really Be in Two Places at the Same Time? It's by the physicist Sabine Hossenfelder, and I think the idea of two things being in the same place is really interesting and exciting for business purposes. So do you want to just tell us a bit about what this article could be about? Like, what is the physics behind it?
Okay, so the physics behind it is that for very small particles, we can describe them in terms of a particle and a wave at the same time.
Okay.
So if a particle is a wave, it therefore has a chance to be in multiple different places because it could be on one side of the room, it could be on another side of the room. And it's a case of working out the probability of it being in these places. But the particle acts as if it is in these places, so it can interfere with itself.
So does that mean if the particle was a sandwich and I took a bite of it in the living room, the sandwich that was identical to it in the kitchen would also have a bite out of it?
Because that's going to have huge potential for business ideas, I think.
There is potential for it to be, yes.
A sandwich.
The sandwich, you bite in one place and it comes out the other place.
Yeah, but does that also mean that if I took the lid of the sandwich and I added more ham to my kitchen sandwich, would my living room sandwich also have more ham in it?
So if you have a sandwich in your kitchen, and you change it, and then you wait a while, then that change will have spread,
propagated,
because at the point where you're making the change, there is only one sandwich. But you leave it for a bit of time, and that the sandwich spreads out again into the living room. And you now have your changed sandwich in the living room.
So it does sound like, yes, Alex's interpretation was correct.
Broadly.
Now, how I'm trying to find a way to monetize.
Close enough, Andrew.
Close enough for us. Close enough. The people in R&D can figure the rest out. My first business idea is you monetize this for magicians.
Oh,
that makes sense.
For magic tricks.
A prestige situation.
You prestige every magician. I think, imagine like, it'd be so much easier if you had a trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat. There's nothing in your hat. There's a second magician a mile away who just dropped a rabbit in a hat, and a rabbit was dropped into your hat simultaneously as well.
Or if there was a sandwich on one side of the stage Someone might have took a bite out of it.
Are you hungry, Alex?
I'm a little hungry. It's had a really good sandwich as well.
You had to have a good sandwich.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like that's a good business thing. And I feel like it's very cost effective as well.
Yeah. It's cheap, right?
Because you're just using physics.
It's a lot of particles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you get around the time it takes?
How long does it take? Is it like a week? Or is
No. You would just... I think the magician would need to be very good at filling in time.
How? Why? Ooh. I thought it was going to be like instantaneous.
Not quite, because it's as soon as you know exactly where the object is, you then need a bit of time for when you don't know exactly where it is.
So if you do it and then you throw it somewhere with your eyes shut and you don't know where it is anymore, is it instantaneous then?
Or if you eat it,
but then you know where it is.
The location was kind of gone. I don't know exactly where my body it is.
Oh, wait. In a magician situation, all you have to do is simple, right? All you got to do is your magician that's putting the rabbit into the hat, then does that 3 cups trick. With the big cups, but puts the hat in there with the rabbit in it and does the 3 cups. And then no one knows where it is because they've done the 3 cups thing. And then instantaneously, as soon as they've done that, boom, it's in the other side and the rabbit comes out the other side. But then when you know where it is on the other side, I feel like I'm about to break my own brain.
Do you have any other business ideas aside from magicians?
I feel like the constraint that once you've done it, you have to not know where it is a really big one, because my first idea that I had was I'm lying in bed and I've left the oven on.
Yeah.
So I just turn the replica oven that I have next to my bed for exactly this reason. I turn that off and then the oven downstairs turns off. But that's actually not, like, I wouldn't even need the whole oven. I just need the knob.
That's actually, it's also very fun to have, like, okay, you can turn your oven off from a distance, but you need to have a replica, perfect replica oven with you at all times to do this.
But you just need the switch, don't you? You just need the knob. Like, you could have a panel next to the bed, which is every switch and knob inside the entire house, quantumly entangled. And you're like, oh, fuck, I left the fucking lights on downstairs. You just turn that off. You dove, I left the oven on, turn that off. There's a big knob for the toaster.
So there are 2 different bits of physics you're talking about here.
Oh.
The one particle being in 2 places is different to quantum entanglement.
Oh, man.
So you've got both of these things.
Okay.
So quantum entanglement would allow you to turn the oven off from upstairs.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So that would work.
That would work.
Oh, yes.
If you could entangle the switches with each other.
Yeah, easy. Done.
Easy. Yeah. Already solved. Then you could turn the oven off with your replica switch.
So what is 2 particles being in the same, one particle being in 2 places at the same time? That's when we have to wait because we don't know where it is.
Yeah.
What about the things getting stolen?
Yeah.
At that point, if something gets stolen, you have no idea where it is.
Oh, true.
Did you get it back again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The absolute dead silence.
So what's been stolen?
I have a pack of Revels.
Yes.
And they've gone stolen.
This is really good because also there's a huge amount of uncertainty in a bag of Revels inherently because you don't know what flavor you're going to pull out.
I guess, or a Revel, you have no idea what you're getting out, right?
Yeah.
Could be the coffee one, could be the nut one, could be the chocolate one.
Until you take a bite, it is all of them and none of them.
Yeah.
But why are the Revel manufacturers then making each Revel look different? If they're all superposition of each Revel, you don't know which Revel's going to be able to eat it. Make every Revel the same.
Wait, are you saying that there's only one of each Revel flavor?
There should be one. Every Revel should look the same in the pack until you take a bite out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Science.
Yeah. That'd be much more fun that way.
Yeah, you don't know what you're picking up.
Yeah.
And it's all of them at the same time.
Okay. So I do you have a final business idea?
Yeah.
What is it?
What I want to know is if with whichever of these technologies that we're going to use, whatever science is necessary, can we entangle or superposition a very small thing with a very scaled up version of that thing? So I can make a small change to this thing and it makes a very big change to the big thing. Say yes.
In principle, yes.
Oh, so you would have a tiny little map on your table with a little dot on it that's entangled with like me.
Yeah.
And then as I move through the city, you'd see me, the little version of me move on the map.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That'd be pretty fun, wouldn't it? And then I could pick up my tiny version of you and move you to a different place.
Oh, I'll go there as well.
And you just go there.
Okay, lots of great things here. Right, travel right now is really expensive.
Yeah.
Train fares are really expensive. If you could just pick me up, little version of me, and drop me somewhere else, super duper cheap.
Super duper cheap.
Also, there's a lot of like problems with how accurate GPS is. It's not. You can't go down to like the millimeter, can you? That's really hard. So this will be very, very precise. This is actually exactly where you are at.
Yeah. And if you're Bezos, you just put super quantum wangled hats on everyone.
Yeah.
In your whole Amazon warehouse. Right. And then you have a small Amazon warehouse and you can see who's just having to lie down for a sleep.
Evil, I like it.
Again, the idea of moving something doesn't work with entanglement.
These scientists, man.
It's okay.
Killjoy.
It's okay, though. We have a lot of other ideas in the second half. But I think we can get through planning.
I think we can do this,
yeah. Okay.
So, Andrew, the other day, I was on a date with my lovely wife at Bella Italia, a classic date night institution. And I
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was lovely. We had a lovely evening. It was nice. Had some garlic bread, pasta Alfredo, something like that. I don't know. I've not been to a Bella Italia for a long time.
Were you there last week?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's pertinent to this story, actually. But I came out of that, feeling all romantic and everything.
Nice.
All romantical. And as I stepped outside, I was like, oh, man. I started to have some scared thoughts.
Yeah. It's a safe space.
Yeah, I started to worry about a thing.
What thing? Let us in.
What I was worrying about was that I would be walking along there with my wonderful wife and that I would accidentally step on one of the cracks in the pavement and fall through a hole in time and go back to 1452.
I have that fear as well.
Yeah, man. I saw it on that documentary Outlander. That's what happened.
Have you seen this documentary as well, Lucy?
No.
Do you have this fear?
Well, it's not 1452.
Oh.
Mine's more like 683.
Ah, okay. Well, that's a long time before that.
Yeah.
You think in 1482 it'd be all Gucci, but 683 you'd be like, oh no, that's a bad year.
Tough.
That's a bad year for Lucy.
Yeah. Have you ever had that fear, Andrew? You?
Yeah, I 1432.
Yeah.
I don't think the Andrews did very well in that year. I don't know why, but I just feel it's not where I'm meant to be.
No. So I had this and I got home. Luckily, I didn't fall through a time hole on that particular trip. I haven't been out since, but I have been trawling through the yellow pages. And I found a service that helps with this specific thing. So I phoned them up and they've agreed that we can advertise them on the show.
Amazing. What do they do?
They are specifically set up to teach you everything you need to know if you fall through a gap in time, so that when you land on the other side, you're going to be okay, even though you're back in time.
Wow. So your fear is gone now, but are they teaching you enough that you need to survive, like the survival skills for that year, or enough to make you a genius in that year?
I mean, whatever you want, really. Whatever level it is that you want to, because for some people, this is a good thing. You want to fall through, you be a genius in that year. I believe this is exactly what happened to Da Vinci.
Ah, right. Yeah.
This is exactly the situation for him. But for me, I was like, do you know what? I just want to survive. I don't want to stand out. I don't want to end up having to do loads of work because I'm really famous and clever.
Do you have to pay the different payment tiers for learning the bare minimum to survive and the amount to make you a genius?
Yeah. So the bare minimum to survive, they actually give that away for free.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. To make you a genius, it's more expensive because it depends what year you're landing. If it's 683, you need to learn a lot less to become a genius than if it's like 1937.
So it's a function of how much of a genius and the year. Well, my fear would be I'll land there as a genius and then they'd be like, they would think I was a witch or something.
So yeah, they do set you up for that. Because they know, obviously, that's absolutely the exactly the right question to ask. Like, you land there, you know about penicillin, you know about atoms, you know about quantum entanglement, and you go and make a sandwich in your medieval kitchen, and the sandwich in the medieval courtroom has a bite out of it, and everyone thinks you're a witch, or a wizard, or a warlock, or something like that. They teach you how to get around that.
I like when a business really has thought of all the It's a full package.
It is now. Like, I understand that it wasn't like this at the beginning, and
Rough.
they like,
Teething issues.
yeah, there were some troubles.
Does this business have a name?
Yeah, it's called the Gray's Everything Almanac. It's a little Back to the Future 2 joke for you there.
You can tell you're really confident in a joke. You really have to back it up with the story.
It's a niche reference.
It is very niche.
It's like Hughie Victor Toombs. Let's move on.
So, Lucy, if someone else had an advert or a business idea, how could they get in touch with us?
There are 3 ways you can get in touch.
Oh, well, yeah. Wow, very professional. Yeah.
You know I've been listening. You can email brainsontheoutside@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can contact on Twitter @brainsoutside.
Yes.
Or on Instagram, brainsontheoutside.
Nailed it. Amazing. So I think we got pretty far in the last bit. We learned a lot of science, made a lot of business ideas. But now we have another new scientist article called 10 Years After the Higgs Discovery, What Now for Particle Physics? And this article is about what they're going to do with the LHC and CERN now that the Higgs has been discovered all those years ago. So I think we'll just hand it over to you, Lucy, to explain what some of these terms mean.
What is the Large Hadron Collider?
The Large Hadron Collider is exactly what it says on the tin.
What's a hadron?
I'm going to explain that.
I'm sorry.
So it's a very, very big experiment. It's a circular tunnel under France and Switzerland that is dozens of kilometers long, and it collides hadrons. So hadrons are particles that make up the nuclei of atoms. So for those of you who've done some physics, protons and neutrons, essentially they are very, very small particles that the Large Hadron Collider accelerates to nearly the speed of light, collides together, and then analyzes the results.
So it's a big tunnel where you throw things around real fast in it.
And then smash them together.
Smash them
Smash
together.
them together.
It sounds like a marble run.
It sounds it sounds pretty cool.
It's a
sounds
marble
rad.
run with very small, very fast marbles.
But my only thing I'm scared about is I've been reading this article, and it's not all that rosy according to this new scientist article. But it does say, though, as the LHC fires up again, I assume it was decommissioned for a little while to be able to upgrade it.
It was being upgraded, yeah.
There is renewed optimism. We're off the edge of the map with no theoretical stars to guide us, says Butterworth, who is at University College London. I think that's pretty exciting space. We're off the edge of the map.
I mean, that's where the dragons are.
That is where the dragons are.
I interpret that as anything goes now.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Are you saying we can smash any 2 things together and see what happens?
2 things.
I'm not sure that's what the article's getting at.
Now, my understanding, though, is that, like, you're smashing these particles together to get something new and heavier out.
Yes.
Yeah. So why don't we apply that theory to everything?
Okay.
You have a dictionary and a motorbike. Smash them together. My puny human brain has no understanding of what that would look like, but through the magic of science, could we smash them together and create a new thing that was a dictionary motorbike?
Given the weirdness of quantum mechanics, there is probably a chance.
Oh!
Yeah.
Boom.
Do you know if there's any literature in the field about this?
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
What about, I want to know what, if you smash a hamburger and a hot dog together, what do you get?
I mean, that's forbidden knowledge, man.
It's two truly
Is that just a
perfect
ham
things.
dog?
Yeah, but what is it? What is it like?
Do you think it's
What is it made of?
the 2 circular buns with one little hot dog in the middle? You just get a lot of bread.
Maybe it's just like, maybe it's a hot dog where the bun is made of hamburger.
Oh, shit. That's a lot of meat.
That is a lot of
And what condiments do you put on it? I don't know, man.
all of them. I think you.
Everything.
Yeah.
Or is there a new condiment? What if you smash together ketchup and mayo?
Oh,
That's
that
what you
would-
do.
yeah.
You chuck all the condiments down there, smash them together, and then you have that on your
Oh man, you make
hot
the
dog
ultimate
burger.
condiment. Just do them in pairs. Smash together mayo and ketchup, brown sauce and vinegar, barbecue sauce and hot sauce, and then you pair those up and smash them together as well.
And then right at
And
the end,
eventually you
you have
get
one
ultimate.
Is this what the LHC was made for? If you put a bunch of hot sauce in the LHC, what would happen?
I believe the C stands for condiment.
Yes. Large hot dog condiment.
If you put a bunch of hot sauce in the LHC,
yeah.
you would have some very powerful, very expensive magnets that are covered in hot sauce.
So practical.
So how would you... So the LHC works by using magnets to accelerate particles that have an electric charge.
Yeah.
Right.
How would you accelerate hot sauce?
Real talk though. Is this hot sauce have any magnetic charge, even a little bit? Is it truly neutral?
It will have in that magnetic field, the strength of that magnetic field, pretty much everything will have a small magnetic.
So we could whack the magnets up real high, and it would make the hot sauce go around.
As long as you could overcome the gravity that's pulling the hot sauce down.
So you think maybe actually hot sauce magnets might not play very well together?
I think maybe if you came up with some sort of container that the hot sauce was in that is magnetic and maybe fell away just before the hot sauce collided.
So if we wrapped it in some metal, hurled it around, this might work.
It might work.
Okay. A newer, heavier sauce that we never thought before.
Yeah. The cleanup would be fun.
We deal with sort of big picture thinking here, rather than
My
the
mistake.
intricacies of the deployment.
Yeah, if we need to throw it away afterwards and build a new one, we'll just do that.
Yeah.
How expensive can it be? $100?
Yeah.
Can we use... How big is the tubes for the Large Hadron Collider?
A meter or...
Yeah, they're pretty big, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty big.
We could fit, like, this is... So you could rent this out to water parks.
Yeah.
To roller coaster people. Like, you could really fling somebody through that tube if you tried hard enough.
Is a magnetic liquid that you can get accelerating. And then you just, like, insert people into it. And they're just whizzed round in this liquid. I
love that. Because my suggestion was going to be you put some water in and people are pulled through by, like, the fillings in their teeth.
Oh, no.
So maybe magnetic liquid's better.
It might result in fewer lawsuits.
Maybe a waiver? Oh, you get free dental practice. You get free dentist stuff when you leave as well.
What about people who have, I don't know, like metal in other parts of their body?
That works too.
All right, you get pulled through by your knees.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Getting your knees when you get out.
Yeah. Could you go round and round and round and round and then we open the door and you're just like, whee!
Yeah.
Trains are real expensive now. Planes are
bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Is that worse or better than a plane for the environment?
As in you want to accelerate people fast enough that they
can fly 2,000 miles.
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be worse because it's a lot of energy for each individual person.
Right.
A plane, at least you're splitting that over hundreds.
But it's not a no. It's not a no. It's not. No. This isn't physically possible. It's just I
feel like we could send you a lot further as well. Like, could we put
you in a space, like in an astronaut suit?
We put Elon in there.
Put Elon in there
in an astronaut suit or not?
Oh no! Well, first test, you gotta check. Maybe you'll need an astronaut suit.
Yeah, just cover him in tinfoil.
Yeah,
tinfoil him top to bottom so he goes real fast.
Yeah,
grease him up. Shoot him round and round and round, fling him to Mars.
What a way to go!
Yeah.
This is also a pretty good way to cook chicken. I bet if you were flinging around the LHC at 99.999% of the speed of light, covered in tinfoil and grease, you get pretty hot.
you would get very hot. Yeah. We maybe wouldn't accelerate the humans
quite so much.
Quite so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there would be much human left.
What would you use the LHC for, Lucy? Aside from scientific advancement.
Do you know what? I really like the idea of being flung around and then just flung out the side.
Yeah.
See where you land.
Make for an interesting holiday.
It would do, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't pick where to go.
Yeah.
You peel out my teeth, but I'm on holiday.
As long as you land somewhere where there's a dentist,
Yes.
it's going to be okay.
Put them all back in again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if I just wrap up there, what we got is quantum entanglement and superpositioning really good for magicians.
Yep.
Yeah?
Definitely.
And the odd prank, but maybe a little on the pricey side.
Yeah.
We're talking maybe David Blaine rather than Joe down the market who does magic tricks.
Also good for turning off lights and ovens in your house.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Safe. And then we've got the Large Hadron Collider. Let's just turn it into a big metallicized liquid theme park and shoot Elon Musk into the moon.
Perfect. Thank you, Lucy, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I've really enjoyed having another guest on the show.
Yeah, a science expert.
Actual, yeah, Dr. Lucy.
Doc Lucy.
Yeah, do you want to come on again?
I would be happy to come on again. If you have more dodgy science.
Whoa. Hang on. Hold tight.
I mean, you did seem to kind of accept some of the ideas there.
Yeah, you said
we were all on the same page, I thought.
feel like this is, I mean, I'm going to write on our next episode cover notes, PhD approved.
Some of your ideas have scientific basis.
That's all we needed to hear. All we needed to hear for
That's
the poster.
as much as you get.
That was real faint praise right there.
Alex, if other people wanted to write in with faint praise, where would they send it?
So as Lucy said before, there's 3 places. Email, brainsontheoutside@gmail.com. Instagram, brainsontheoutside. Or you can send us something on Twitter, Brains Outside.
Amazing. So I think just until next week, guys. Keep your brain on the outside.
Keep your brain on the outside, Lucy.
Keep your brain on the outside.